Good afternoon. Welcome back to Three of Swords Gaming. I'm going to do another Guild Wars 2 new player guide, but this isn't a guide, this isn't a helpful thing. This is like a public service announcement, right? So this is going to be an exceptionally short video, almost useless. I just want to say one thing. For new players, as you progress through the story, do me a favor. Skip Season 1. Just put it off for later. Go from my story, Season 2, Heart of Thorns. If your intent is, if you're one of those players that wants to play through the entire story as part of your Guild Wars 2 experience, and you say to yourself, I'm going to play it through it in order to get like the full experience, believe me, you're going to have a lot more fun if you don't play through it in order. Play through it in order with the exception of Season 1, somewhere after Heart of Thorns. Any point after Heart of Thorns, you can come back to Season 1. That's cool. Just don't do it immediately after my story. Why? Let me cover that real quick. And the core reason why is actually where I am right now. So this is the Tower of Nightmares, but I will get to that in just a second. Let's talk about how the story gets where it gets. Alright, so Guild Wars. They release their core game. And at that time, their intent is, ArenaNet's intent for the way the story will progress, is that there will be regular, very small content releases, like free DLC all the time, just consistently happening. The game will be supported by the Gem Store, and they will just constantly be doing these tiny releases of new content. And that's what Season 1 was. So, understand, when Season 1 was released, all this happened and then was done, and it was gone forever. It did not stay over here the way the rest of this stayed over here. So, by the time Season 2 rolls around, this isn't here, Season 1 is gone forever. Season 2 happens, Heart of Thorns happens. Right here at Heart of Thorns is where the game experiences a noticeable increase in difficulty. And so Guild Wars 2 continues. After End of Dragons, Living World Season 1 is re-released. And it's re-released in replayable content with instances that didn't even exist in the first release of Season 1 when everything was live and it was limited time. So it's not just a remaster. There's a lot of actually what was kind of semi-new content. Yes, it was modeled after the original content, but in a new way that didn't exist before. Such as the Marionette has an instance now. That was not a thing when it released. Marionette was a world boss, and most servers, because this predates Mega Server, or mini servers at least, never even completed Marionette. Now you can go back and do it in an instance, right? Living World Season 1, released right here. As power creep took place in the game, Living World Season 1 does not fall in terms of power creep right here. It falls after End of Dragons. Which means if you, as are a new player getting to know the game, barely hit level 80, probably don't have all the gear that you would like to have, and if you're playing through chronologically, or in sequence of the story, you're not going to have elite specializations yet. You're going to be playing a core class with exotic armor at best, probably. And you're going to go into Season 1 and you're going to get crushed. In particular, here in the Tower of Nightmares, because there is not really a single player friendly option to come in here and have a good time. This is intended for a whole bunch of people. You come in here and you try to do the various things. Nobody plays this anymore unless they're progressing through the story. I'm going to be lucky to even get through this business right here. So you're going to come here, you're going to be here by yourself, and you're going to be trying to clear these floors, and you're not going to be able to do it. You're just not going to be able to. Even experienced players really struggle with this these days in Guild Wars 2, this particular part of the story. ArenaNet should do a pass on this. They are 100% not going to. This is going to be a problem that exists in the game for a long time. You're still not going to have fun at this particular part of the story, in all likelihood, when you get around to it, if you wait until after Heart of Thorns or even much later. But please do me a favor and at least wait that long. And that way you're not completely miserable and possibly rage quitting the game. At least you have some power available to you and you're not getting absolutely crushed, because that would feel like really bad, right? Okay, That's the entirety of my public service announcement. We're going to shoot a cannon. And then we're done. Alright. Thank you for listening. I will see you again soon. I'm going to do at least one more video today, maybe 2 more. And we'll get some more, hopefully helpful, semi-helpful stuff for new players out soon. Thank you, and have a good one.